As you know, there was a horrific plane crash between a commercial plane and a Army helicopter yesterday near Reagan Airport. I've been getting some messages from people about, what do people do in that situation? What potential causes of action are there? Whenever you're dealing with the government, you would file a lawsuit under what's called the Federal Tort Claims Act. Essentially, what you'd have to prove is that the crash was caused by the negligent or wrongful act of a government employee acting within the scope of their employment. This is assuming that the negligent party would be the U.S. Army helicopter. In my opinion, just looking at how the crash video happened, that seems to be what I think the evidence is going to show. Again, terrible situation. Cases against the government are the most difficult. They tend to have the most bars, which means the most roadblocks to recovering money are usually cases involving the government. Federal court is one of the more difficult places to litigate a case. It's hard to say where this is headed. I'm going to keep an eye on the potential, legal ramifications of this, and I'll report later. The families involved, if you just think about all the people at home, and these are some of the questions that they're going to have in their own minds. It's like, well, who's responsible? How do we avoid this happening again? What can I do? I know that if it was my family involved, I'm at home and members of my family were in this crash, it would, aside from the grief and the loss, you want accountability. And so who's going to be held accountable? How do we hold someone accountable for this? And by holding people accountable through the court system, it's not just to compensate those families, it's to prevent this from happening again.